Oops. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe it was blacker investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our blacker investing. Best believe it was blacker investing. Dark horse in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that blacker investing. Best believe it was blacker investing.
What's up, guys? I forgot the headphones, but they're in now. Some juicy stuff for you guys today. Juicy research from Blackrock shows Blackrock may be investing in these coins. Believe me, you're not going to want to miss this. And I am a Mark Yusko or Yusko. I've seen people say it two different ways. I haven't seen him say it yet, though. Stan. After you guys see this, this will be the culmination of everything I've ever said to you guys on the show. It's one thing to hear it from me, and it's another thing to hear it from a hedge fund guy. Oh, man, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So let me go ahead and share the stream here, or share the screen. I've done this before. I promise. I promise you. Let's go ahead and get this going here. Boom, boom, boom. And we are shared. Okay. First of all, let's just do a shout out to the friends. We are winning so much right now. This is Caspa. Look at that. Look at that. We brought it to you. We brought it to you at like 1.6 cents. Patrons got it first, of course. It's sitting at 8 cents. Wow. Great. Like what, 4x or something like that? Close to that. Another thing that I brought you guys. Taro, look at that. It was sitting at 0.05. Plus patrons got this first, sitting at a cent now. 2x right there. We're just winning all types, all kinds out here. If you're interested in a weekly list, go ahead and sign up for the Patreon. Links are in the description. Yeah, it's grand. It's good. It's fabulous. Board here, guys, like a week ago, and now you're kind of seeing the culmination of it. Like almost every crypto that you can look at is up 30%. This is what happens. This is what happens when a bull run happens. You know what I mean? Not just singular coins, like darn near the whole market. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Let's see who's in the chat here. Okay, nobody chatted anything yet. What is up, crypto and focus? So yeah, let's get to what we want to say here. So shout out to what's up, kid Grabo 2. Shout out to this guy who we're gonna talk. We'll save Yusko to the end, okay? Yusko, not sure. This is Joshua Hensley. Okay, definitely go over and give his channel a look-see, and hopefully subscribe. He's like a BSV guy. He likes BSV a lot. Shout out to Maximus Crypto, because he's the first person who kind of inspired me to look into BSB. This guy tracked a couple wallets. This guy here, Joshua Hensley, and he also developed something on BSV. You might want to go check that out as well. But I want us to listen to what he's going to say here. Some great information, and we're going to go over it, and we're going to add to what Joshua is saying here. Let me go ahead and kill the Telegram. Definitely come over to the Telegram. If you can't get the Patreon, we got wonderful people in the Telegram, like like Crypto and Focus there, like tons of people in here sharing great information. Mike Main, Courtney Johnson, Ace, of course, our moderator, Sniper, everybody in here sharing good information, and it's completely for free. Okay. So come on over to the Telegram. It also lets you know exactly when I'm going to go live because I post things in there and I tag people or I tag everyone. So yeah, come on over to the Telegram if you have not already. Okay, let's go ahead and shut this bad boy down though, or we'll get messages the whole time. Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit of this just to see if you guys can hear me. I think I pressed the share audio button, but I want to make sure you guys can hear it.
Just BTC. So the theory, what's up guys? In this video, I'm going to discuss if the Blackrock ETF is a basket of Bitcoin.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah, the Telegram changed, Kid Garybo. Somehow the Telegram just like booted out like 70 people. I don't know why. I don't know how. Like I've never seen that in any other place. Uh, and yeah, of course, we have questions at the end. Crypto and Focus, I see your question. Definitely, we'll take a look at that. And that's great news if it hasn't moved yet, which means it's going to move later, which means we can put some money into it like now, like, you know, not financial advice or anything, but we'll take a look at that for sure. Could you guys hear what I just played? I just want to make sure you could. Like somebody in the chat, just let me know that. I'll wait for just a couple seconds here, see if y'all heard that. Okay, yes. Okay, perfect. Now, you see his premise. His premise
What's up guys? In this video
is the BlackRock ETF could be an index. But I want him to kind of explain what he's saying for a little bit, and then we'll pick up where he left off.
I'm going to discuss if the Blackrock ETF is a basket of Bitcoins, not just BTC. So the theory I'm proposing here stems from a few things, which I'm going to go through one by one, and then we're going to discuss what this means, the likelihood. And first off, I'll just straight up state, I still think it's probably just going to be BTC. It's not going to include the other ones, but I just want to put some food for thought out here based off market movements and some interesting things that I did not know that came to light this week. So the first one is obviously the ETF report itself. You guys can go look at my last video I did about are they speculating if they're buying BCH and BSV, BlackRock that is. But you know, there has been an address that has accumulated, I believe now it's over 1.5 or 1.6 million BSV in a single address. And this address popped up was used for the first time on the blockchain on January 9th or 10th of this year. But on HODL Locker, which has all the alpha by the way, someone pointed out that an address also popped up on January 10th and has accumulated 1.3 million BCH. And an address also popped up on eCash and has accumulated, their amount is stupid. I don't know what the supply amount is dumb. So I don't know. I can't really convert, but it's a lot. So basically an address popped up on the same time this year around January 9th or 10th and has accumulated a substantial amount of the supply of each of these Bitcoin forks. Okay, so that's the number one thing. Number two is obviously the recent market movement. So we've seen, I guess Cointelegraph published a fake news article that the BlackRock ETF was approved and the market rallied. However, interestingly, the BSV by far led the market. So it was up around 15%. Everything else was up. BTC was up, I think, 5%. BCH up 10. This is contrary to what we've seen in the past because of the low liquidity that actually BSV has not caught a bid when the whole market rallies. Or if it does, it's very little compared to everything else. This time it led, which is interesting. And then last week, BCH and BSV also rose a lot, but it ended up giving back almost all those gains. But now it's rallying again. So this is the 6th or 7th time this year this has happened where BCH and BSV have decoupled from the rest of the crypto markets, which is rare, right? Usually you see everything move with BTC, or you see a bunch of alts move and then BTC move. Basically, they move all in unison. It's very rare that you see one coin decouple, but that's happened many times this year. So that's kind of the basis of the theory, right? And then somebody else pointed out to me this morning, you know who you are, something interesting I hadn't thought about, because my thoughts are, okay, who has enough money to actually accumulate these coins, but who would be dumb enough to put them up in a single address? Well, if you were actually running some type of fund, you actually want to use the blockchain for transparency. So this individual said, well, it makes sense that they use a single address so that way people can verify what's there and they don't have to go through hoops to check or, go through the whole proof of funds fiasco where it's, not really what's there. It's just.
I think that's a good point. So some good points that he's made so far, which we're going to look into, is that BSV and BCH have decoupled from Bitcoin. There have been times where those coins have just gone up in spite of or without Bitcoin. Okay. So that's highly rare that they go up without Bitcoin. Okay. And he pointed out that there are these three addresses that accumulated Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Satoshi version and eCash. Now, if you're not familiar, all of these are forks of Bitcoin. What basically happened is there's this SegWit thing that was being created, which limited Bitcoin size, block size to like something small. Okay. And people didn't agree with it. So they forked off Bitcoin and created Bitcoin Satoshi version and Bitcoin Cash. Okay. Now, what happened later is Bitcoin Cash's main developer didn't like what was happening in Bitcoin Cash, and he forked Bitcoin Cash and created eCash. Okay, shout out to Crypto and Down. I know those guys. Asherel was the first person to bring up eCash to me. I looked into it. I kind of like it. I really like their leader, Amari Sachet. He's a real cool guy. And shout out to Crypto and Down. Those guys were they did a show last night. It was a great show. Be sure to check out Crypto and Down. We got to support other gentlemen of crypto shows here. Like we got some great shows on the network. We got Trek with 2Ks doing his morning news crypto or weekend crypto, excuse me. King, like almost every other morning or every morning, does his show. Simon Family Investments do their show, Crypto and Down, like I mentioned, and my show. There might be a couple other shows I might have forgotten there, but yeah, we do a good job over here. Make sure you guys check out other shows besides mine if you're so inclined. But yeah, so those are the three forks of Bitcoin. And he mentioned that three addresses are really accumulating a lot of Bitcoin. And he goes to the obvious point, which I'm glad he addresses. Why don't they split it up? And he's hypothesizing that maybe they don't split it up because they want the proof that it's there. Like if they have to show that to the SEC or somebody, in order to be compliant for a ETF, they just want to know and have a paper trail and chain that the money is all accounted for in there. And they can do that on blockchain, right? Without having to split it up and have it be messy. Okay.
Just, a historical snapshot. But in this case, you would have a single address to follow. So I thought that was interesting, right? So that's it, right? That's kind of the basis. So, I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, oh, I'm dumb. And, I actually posted this on Hodlocker a couple of days ago, and I was surprised that people thought it was interesting. I thought people would say, oh, you're just being a moon boy. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. BSB is just a shitcoin, blah, blah, blah. So it'll be interesting to see the comments here compared to those. But yeah, so what if it was an index, right? This basically fundamentally follows Daniel Kravitz's advice, who has been preaching this for probably a decade now, that people should hold all forks because then you don't, as a Bitcoiner, you don't have to care about the outcome, right? The person who did not split any of their coins pre-2017 is probably a very wealthy individual, and they don't have to care about block size wars, they don't have to care about SegWit, they don't have to care about risk with any of the particular chains, because every time it forks, they're always going to get the equivalent amount. But if you're Blackrock, in your ETF, where you highlight the risk of forks, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because again, like I said, if you're holding all these coins and then you do your product, your financial product, then if there's a subsequent fork, they don't have to care. They get the same amount, right? So if BTC were to split into, now they're talking about adding opcodes again, fancy that. They're talking about adding opcat to be able to do more computation. If there's BTC opcat and BTC NPC again, then they get both. So they don't have to deal with, oh, we got to go buy these coins or we got to choose, because it says in there that they get to choose which one. But the index makes way more sense because now you don't have to choose. Also, you get more demand, right? A lot of people would be interested in that type of product. A lot of folks don't even know that there's forks of Bitcoin, probably, but they should. They should absolutely know. They need to know.
So he says it says in there they can choose, and what he's talking about is the BlackRock SEC filing. Maybe I might do a show one day on it, and so we can actually see that. But that's what he's referring to, and I think that's a good bit, fair use and all of that. But definitely go over and watch the whole thing and give this guy a follow. It's great alpha for him to put out to everyone. And he's even nice enough to put all the addresses here that he did the research on and a link to Hodlocker, which seems to have a lot of great posts on things like Bitcoin BSV. So now let me see if there's any questions before I continue on to what I'm saying here. All right, who's that guy? I just wanted to highlight this. I saw his research and I thought it was great. So I just wanted to make sure, hey, like let me pay it forward with him for showing this great research and letting people know who he is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's who that guy is, Joshua Hensley. Go ahead and give him a watch. Great research that he put out here for all of us. Yeah, I'll get to the comments at the end there, but there's precedent to what he's talking about. What do you mean, Black Roo? So we were looking at this a couple weeks ago on the show, Grayscale holding, and we see that Grayscale products, they're holding Bitcoin forks in a separate trust, if you will, Bitcoin Cash Trust, right there, right? We all know GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. We all know that one, but they also do have a Bitcoin Trust. And if we go further down here, they have a Grayscale Zcash Trust, which is also a fork of Bitcoin. Okay, they do not have a Grayscale BSV fork or a trust. Excuse me, they don't have that. Okay, they do have a Grayscale Litecoin Trust, which it's not exactly a fork of Bitcoin. It does a little different things than Bitcoin, but bottom line is they have Bitcoin forks, right? So maybe BlackRock does something like what Grayscale's doing here. Maybe this is the precedent that shows, yeah, maybe they might do something like that. So maybe they might create a Bitcoin trust or ETF, a Bitcoin Cash ETF, an eCash ETF, and a Bitcoin BSV ETF. Okay. So Grayscale already shows us that there's precedent there for that. Okay. So amazing, right? Now, if we go ahead and look at some of the addresses that he gave us, and by the way, that he posted for BSV, it no longer works. They took BSV off the site. So assuming I know it was there when he posted it, somebody must have been paying attention to the video he posted or what he said. He also posted this information on HodLocker. So somebody had to be paying that he posted this information and somehow got rid of the link to BSV or something. Like they don't even have BSV as an option anymore that you can choose. So quite interesting. So I had to go to a separate place to get the BSV link. Another BSV link, not to this one because they took it off, but later. But like he said, this one address is holding, like, look at that. It's over 1.23 million BSV. And here we go with the 6 again, right? 1, 2, 3 adds up to 6. So 1.23 BCH. Okay. And like he said, the first time these things happened were January 9th. Okay. So the beginning of the year. Right. Which, who knows, like when these guys are allowed to, stockpile these things. Are they allowed to stockpile it before the approval? Maybe the approval also already happened. They just haven't announced it. All right. But some person is rich enough, and you would have to believe it's only a hedge fund, because if you look at the cost of BCH right now, it's $240 something, and you have over 1 million of it. That's quite a pretty penny right there. Hold on, let me see what this is. Caspa, just still going, bro. 8.5 cents right now. It's crazy, bro. I said maybe to 10. Who knows? Maybe it makes it there by tomorrow. Craziness. Okay, but back to what we were saying here. So we got BCH out of the way. Now let's go to BSV. This address has over 1.423, like a lot, like over 1.42331. Shit. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. A lot of BSV, okay? A lot of BSV. You can see the number pi there, like 314. You can see like we got some esoteric numbers in here. Okay. So there's that. And then if you look at eCash, they got so much eCash, bro. Like I computed this, and it's something like $100 million, like in eCash in this address. Like it's insane, bro. And again, another ad around January 9th. Okay, this one's January 9th of this year. This one is first seen January 10th. And this one is January 9th. So that makes me bullish on these guys. It does make me bullish on them. Because who's more diamond hands than Blackrock, right? And it's likely if Blackrock is going to do it this way and Grayscale is going to do it this way, then so's Archivest and so's Fidelity and all the other ones. So this is huge, huge, huge news. I don't know. What do you guys think before we go on to our next stuff? Okay. So, okay. Let's address what you guys are saying about like Coinbase removing their support for it and all of this. Like for me, when they make it hard here in America, that makes it even like more bullish for me. Like you couldn't get Dogecoin. You couldn't get like it was hard to get Dogecoin. And it was hard to get VChain last bull run when they were really pumping. It was hard to get those boys here. Just like when XRP was running, like first running around here, it was hard to get. It was hard to get it here unless you like had like KuCoin or something else. It was hard to get XRP. So the fact that you can't get BSV, like on certain exchanges, the fact that you can only get eCash on certain exchanges makes it even more bullish for me. That's how it is. I don't know. I guess we Americans have the most free money to possibly put into crypto. So, and everybody else just follows the rules. So, no shade on everybody else. My apologies to everybody else if that was a flippant comment. I appreciate everyone else who's not American. I do. Whenever they make it hard to get in America, you're like even more bullish. Can you explain why they want BSV? The hash rate is so slow. Okay, gotcha. All right, so there's a case going on. Right? I talked about this a couple days ago. Shout out again to Maximus Crypto for bringing this to my attention. There's a case going on with Craig Wright. Right? He claims he's Satoshi. Okay. There's some intriguing things to say that he could be Satoshi. I kind of think it was Hal Finney, but it doesn't matter. It only matters what he can prove, right? If he can prove that he's Satoshi, that coin goes through the roof. Another thing is those coins are a lot faster than Bitcoin, because by imposing the block size limit, what they actually did was make Bitcoin slower. Um, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Satoshi version has no block size limit, so it's like, I think what they said was like it theoretically 10,000 TPS or more. Okay, so all the stuff that we heard about Bitcoin not being really able to scale was put in with SegWit. Now I can't remember who's the company that put in SegWit, but they like intentionally made Bitcoin slower by this. And all the propaganda says, um, okay, Bitcoin can't be scaled. Or all the propaganda says, um, the propaganda says that Bitcoin can't be scaled and the technology is really slow. With that block size, yes, it is. But if the block size was like basically unlimited, like Bitcoin BSV, it could possibly go all the way up to 10,000 TPS. So that's very interesting. And that's why people would want to use it, because it is that fast. Now, I gave this to the patrons, so the patrons got this first. Bitcoin BSV is also being used by IBM. So let's see. Okay, Bitcoin, Agatha, IBM. I think we'll get it. So Bitcoin BS, because it's that fast, that works really well for financial payments. Okay, and they are really looking into it with IBM. Now, shout out to OMC, another person who shares a whole bunch of great information on the channel. He's told us IBM already runs, I think he said either 75 or 85% of our current financial infrastructure. So if they're already kind of taking a look at BSV and using it for things, oh man, that's bullish as hell, bro. That's bullish as hell, bro. But you can see here multiple videos with her saying that they're taking a look at BSV and they might possibly use it for something. And like, you guys can take a look at this. Let me bring up the Telegram and I'll drop this in here. We're not gonna play it right now, but she'll tell you. Apparently, they're already using it with something that's built on there called Coin Geek, or no, Coin to Chain or something. But yeah, you can take a look at it. I'll drop a Telegram for it. So that's the appeal of Bitcoin BSV. That is very fast. And should this case go Craig Wright's way, I got to imagine BSV just goes boom. But maybe it goes boom anyway because IBM's using it. And if I'm Blackrock and something is something that IBM's using, I might as well create, right? If IBM's using it. And we already know IBM's also connected to Hedera. They're connected to Hyperledger, right? And Hyperledger is part of like that connects to R3's Cordia, that private blockchain, which XDC is the settlement coin for. So there we go with all the ISOs and IBM, right? Man, it's just something that I don't know. I think we have to look at. We really have to look at this. Now, one thing I broke out here is, so on market cap, on coin market cap, you can look at historical data. Okay, so if we go all the way down to like January, what we'll see is it's up like a good 200 million from January to now. So it's basically like at 795 million, right? And we go to now. Okay, that's we go to now. It's 950 million, so it's up 250 million market cap. Okay. Um, Same thing for eCash. It's up like a good okay, that's Zcash, not eCash. eCash is up a good, so you can see it's at 640 or 614 million. If we go down to, excuse me, January, it's up a good 200 million itself. Okay. Now, reason I brought Zcash in here is because Grail is holding it, and it actually looks like people are divesting out of Z. So I don't know if that one would be such a good bet anymore. Um, may want to just own it as a fork, but if you look from first, where it was at 596 million market cap, it's actually lower right now. And with everything that's been bullish, like I don't think you can find too many coins that from January to now their market cap is actually lower. Okay, so despite the fact that Grayscale is holding it, people seem to be divesting. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me. We'll get back to the other question. Uh, what's up, Nerd Up Inc. Marv? What is up, Richard Judge? What's up, RA? What's up, Casper? Casper Cooper? What's up, Mike Main? What's up, RA? What's up, Crypto Burger? What's up, Power of Nine? And we'll get to all of these questions, by the way. What's up, Cat Unleashed? Okay, but we'll get to all that at the beginning. But first, I want to get to this. I'm a Mark Yusko Stan now. Now, I'll show you guys some of this because Mark gets into some things like I say them all the time on here, but like to hear a hedge fund guy say these things and it's quote unquote conspiracy. Now, again, it's not really conspiracy because it's true, by the way. So it really shouldn't be labeled conspiracy, but since 70 for like 80% of people probably don't know these things, it's labeled conspiracy. Okay. But he actually said them on this show. Shout out to 3T Warrior Academy, by the way, too. Johnny Crypto and Abs. They do a great job over there. Okay. Definitely check them out too. Check out this whole show because he also talks about the Medicis, guys. If you guys don't know who the Medicis are, like, oh my God. Like, Crypto Zay probably knows the stuff too. I know he has his tinfoil hat, but it's not conspiracy. It really isn't. It's real life. Like it's true. If you guys don't know who the Medicis are, the Medicis, they're old money, right? They go back to like Rome. Okay, they like probably are the starters of the Knights Templar, and the reason why that's important is because the Templars basically invented the idea of money. So we're told. Okay, and just to explain it a little bit, because this is a good history to know. Okay, what Templars did was they said, okay, people were getting robbed in the streets. Like, imagine like back in the times where there's like horse and carriage and all of that. Like even older than that. Like you're traveling to and from a city and you gotta pass the city walls and all of that type of stuff. Like back then, like even like, like Roman times, right? Like back. Okay. Like you were afraid that you would get robbed on the road, right? So what the Templars figured out was they were like, okay, you know what? Instead of carrying your cash, your gold, your silver on you, we'll give you this little note. And you can go to our little Templar place in the next city, and they'll give you your cash just as good as this little note. This little note is just as good as cash. Now, what they figured out was that only like 20% of people came back for their gold or whatever, or their silver. And basically what they just did was started trading the little notes. So what happens if somebody actually does die on the road? Well, I guess that gold and silver they gave the Templars was now the Templars now, right? And thus we have the money. So money, of course, as we kind of know, right, is a derivative of gold and silver, right? People can say the same thing about crypto. That's why I say, like, when people are like, okay, crypto is just as real as any other money. It's like the same thing. Or stocks, it's the same thing. The difference is I've shown you guys on here with crypto, it seems like they want to make Bitcoin digital gold and have the same energy and feeling as gold. But we're going to listen to some of the things that Mark's going to say here. He mentioned the Medicis earlier, which is why I'm bringing them up. So watch the whole thing, but we're going to go over a couple things he's going to say here. Let me go ahead, and I might have to kill the Telegram right quick. But this is gold to hear some of the things he's going to say. I promise you. It's gold. Promise you it's gold. Like, great stuff.
About this clip here was, if you want to talk about a WWE heel turn, Larry went from.
Okay, so Johnny Crypto is talking about how Larry Fink, CEO of Blackrock, just made a swap, a whole 180 turn on his stance of crypto. Let me turn this up some because apparently it is down low. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go.
Hating crypto was the worst thing since sliced bread and JP Morgan firing people. So all of a sudden now it's a flight to safety.
No, John, you're so spot on. 6 years ago, this guy, and look, Larry Fink, whether you love him or hate him, is one of the most powerful people in the world.
Of course,
right? He runs the largest asset manager in the world, almost 10 trillion with a T dollars of assets. He's a mega brain. He's amazing. Again, you don't have to like him, but whatever. But here's the thing: 6 years ago, he said that Bitcoin is an index of money laundering. Okay, which is a silly statement, right? If you're going to launder money, I'll give you two choices. You can take a Sacco dollars, and leave them on a park bench, and somebody takes them, and you influence them that way. Or you can send them on chain some digital assets and
right to my house.
So,
like we know, right? That's completely ludicrous that Bitcoin's like money laundering because you have a record on chain. And he just addressed that. And an analogy, if I leave a bag of money and somebody just picks it up off a park bench, you have no idea really knowing who those bills are tracked to. You just don't know. But if you do a transaction on chain, it's right there. The record is there, burned into the chain. They can use your IP address, among other things, to kind of track you down. So that always has been bullcrap. Okay, it has always been bullcrap. So it's nice to hear him, a hedge fund guy, kind of acknowledge that. Moving on.
Now, but the crazy part is the reason he said it's an index of money laundering because he had inside knowledge. So he's part of the system. And here's what happens in America today.
The reason he said it's money laundering is because he's part of the system. He didn't go really into that, but of course, him being a part of the system, Larry Fink, and we've been over here about Larry Fink is a board of advisors person on the WEF, right? He's on the board of the WEF. So he's a part of the system. He knows that it's not money laundering. But anyways, let's keep going. Let me hear again. Also, can you guys hear this? Okay. Yes, OMC, 100%. 100%. Medicis are a part of the 13 families. If you guys don't know about that, straight up look it up. Straight up look it up. Like, you have to know that information. Like, you really know information when you realize who the 13 families are. But he's gonna get even deeper. Okay, so let's keep going. I think everybody can hear. Okay, perfect. Thank you, E. Appreciate y'all. Okay, let's get back into it here.
We send money to Ukraine. Okay, the government sends money to Ukraine. They were sending it. This is a year ago to FTX. And they were sending it to FTX.
And then
FTX was sending it to Alameda on chain. So
my man just admitted. But this is open information, but no one addresses it. FTX sent money on chain to the Ukraine. On chain to the Ukraine. But everybody calls crypto a scam. And we already know how connected FTX was, or how Sam Bankman-Fried's family was connected, right? How his family, Crypto and Down's been over it before. How Sam Bankman-Fried's daddy, like, basically invented the tax code in the U.S. and stuff like that. Like, it's like he's a big dude as far as tax code goes. Not invented it, but like a huge dude in tax law in the U.S. Right? And how his mother is like a professor at MIT. Like, the family's connected, right? He just said that they were money laundering. The FTX was money laundering to the Ukraine. Priceless, boy. Like, we got to hear that a little bit more of that. Like, we got to run that back.
He's a mega brain. He's amazing. Again, you don't have to like him, but whatever. But here's the thing. 6 years ago, he said that Bitcoin is an index of money laundering. Okay, which is a silly statement, right? If you're going to launder money, I'll give you two choices. You can take a Sacco dollars, and leave them on a park bench, and somebody takes them, and you influence them that way. Or you can send them on chain some digital assets and
right to my house.
So now, but the crazy part is the reason he said it's an index of money laundering because he had inside knowledge. So he's part of.
And by the way, when I say he admitted, he wasn't involved in it. So I used the wrong nomenclature there. He didn't admit. He just said the truth. He just said what it is, right? They were money laundering. They were. It was on chain. People could see it. It is information out there, but nobody addresses it. So he wasn't involved in that, or at least, I don't know, but I don't think he was involved in that. But let me change my nomenclature from admit. Like, he just said it. He said it, and it was, for someone of his stature, a hedge fund guy, to say that is like, wow. Oops. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to kind of correct my language there.
Of the system. And here's what happens in America today. We send money to Ukraine. Okay, the government sends money to Ukraine. They were sending it. This is a year ago to FTX. And they were sending it to FTX.
And then
FTX was sending it to Alameda on chain. So this is not like, Mark, you're just making up shit. This is real. Okay, FTX sends it to Alameda. Alameda sends it to 200 shell companies owned solely by SBF, quote unquote, investments, but little shell companies. And then those companies made contributions to political parties. If you looked up the word money laundering, that's what it would say, right? That is money laundering. So he had inside knowledge of what money laundering was. Well, the fact is, now he's saying this asset is a flight to safety like gold and treasuries, and people are going to buy it because they're afraid. And you should buy our ETF. This is a direct quote. You should buy our ETF, our Bitcoin ETF, because the government can devalue your currency. And just let that hang for a second, okay? I've talked about this forever, right? The dollar, right, which we stole from the Rothschilds. It was called the Rijksdollar in the Netherlands. We called it the dollar because we were tight with the Rothschilds in the 1700s.
Admitting that the Rothschilds and the government are not admitting. I keep saying the wrong words here, y'all. Like, he's just stating the truth. The government was tight with the Rothschilds. They are may still be, but so we named it the dollar. But anyways,
And we then, from 1776 to 1913, a dollar was worth a dollar. It had a couple wiggles around the free banking era and the Civil War, but it was worth a dollar. And then 1913, we borrowed the idea from the Rothschilds and the Bank of England and the Netherlands National Bank, central bank, and we created a central bank of our own. And a central bank, by the way, is not federal nor has any reserves. So the Fed has it's not a government agency and doesn't have any reserves. It doesn't have any money.
Central bank, not federal, not a reserve, doesn't have any money. He's just dropping truth bombs here, boy. Let's go.
It literally is a collection of ownership of wealthy families, most of them European, frankly. And
Mark, and I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just curious,
13 families that OMC just mentioned right here. It's literally a collection of families. The Federal Reserve, which isn't federal. Let's keep going.
The more I go down the money rabbit hole, the more I get into the occult, right? And we're not going to go down the rabbit hole this morning, but what I find so interesting about what's happening in America is there's a globalist narrative taking place within our borders. And that, if anybody knows anything about the occult, knows that is the underlying global motivation here.
Oh, look, Abs, we could go down the whole, look, pull up a map of Washington, D.C. sometime, Google Maps from top down, and draw lines between the monuments and see what shape you get. So just do that sometime. And you can, look at everything.
Washington, D.C. Now, he's telling about how it was constructed, right? Now, you guys, like 20 points for anybody who knows who constructed Washington, D.C. and what they say about him. Like cool points for that. We'll get into that, though. We'll get into that once he shows some things right here.
From, the all-seeing eye on the back of our currency, which, I mean, come on. So
all-seeing eye on the back of our currency. Who is this referencing? Who are those people? He actually got into that too. He said that.
Yeah, the Knights Templar have been in charge of everything for better part of 1,000 years, and that's all.
Knights Templar again. The Medicis. Look, they're showing how Washington D.C. was constructed, right? And these are the things that were constructed in Washington, D.C. with the monuments. Let me just see if anybody has who constructed the layout for Washington, D.C. right quick. I know it. Yep. But I know it because I did a report on this guy. So, yes, Benjamin Banneker, guys. Benjamin Banneker. Okay. Yep, he got the 20 points. And if we just go look him up right quick. And by the way, I don't think he was a slave. I think he was a Moor. But if you look up the information, it'll tell you that he was a slave. How do you go from being a slave all the way to construct? That doesn't even compute. How do you go from a slave to constructing the layout for the Capitol? I think he was Moorish, but that goes into something that we won't go into on here. But I just want to show you something about Benjamin Banneker. So this is his picture. See what he's holding in his hand there? Does anybody know what that's reference to? See that? See what he's holding right there? Oh, I don't want to say. You see. You guys probably know what this is a reference to, but we'll get back to that a little bit later. But that's the man who constructed Washington, D.C. To look and have this feel to it with all of its monuments, and to be pulling that pentagram and six-sided star, which I'm not going to say something about the six-sided star. I'm not going to get us in trouble here because I'm not just on my channel. But yeah, let's keep going.
Oh, there you go. There it is. It's funny. It's a pentagram. It's funny how that works. But and I didn't make that up, right? I mean that's just real. I mean those are physical monuments. And actually, if you go to any large city in the world, you will find the Washington Monument. You're like, why is there a Washington Monument in Portugal? Why is there a Washington Monument in Spain? Why is there a Washington Monument in the Middle East? Why is there? I don't know, coincidence? They all just had the same architect? I don't know. So, but none of that matters, right? We have this amazing life, right? We're talking to each other in real time in HD because this amazing technology has been funded by all of the innovation. So yes, there's some bad stuff that goes on, but life is awesome. Now, it sucks for people.
Your boy was in the chat. Let's
In war-torn areas right now. What's going on in the Gaza Strip is horrific. I don't care which side you're on. It's horrific. And that's bad. But we actually have the lowest amount of that globally in history, which is good. So, but that doesn't mean everything's fixed. But man, if we went down the rabbit hole of who's in charge and look up the date on when the WEF was incorporated. It's kind of an interesting date. And you're like, well, what does that do with anything? What is the WEF? Who is Klaus Schwab? Why is that linked to anything? Well, look at the date on 1971. Look at the date. It's interesting, 1971. What else happened in 1971? Who was president in 1971? Richard Nixon. What did Nixon do? He closed the gold window and we converted to fiat currency.
Bro, haven't we been talking about that? I didn't know this particular piece, but haven't we been talking about Nixon and the gold standard and how he pulled us off the gold standard in 1971? It's so interesting that that's the day that the WEF was incorporated. Crazy, but we've been talking about that, right? It's entirely refreshing to hear this from a hedge fund guy, because I tell you what, like, people will not touch these topics with a 10-foot pole. They will not touch this with a 10-foot pole, and he is talking about it right now. But let's just continue.
Currency, huh? That's
a coincidence.
That's a coincidence.
And by the way, this is not conspiracy, because blah 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 says he knows it's conspiracy truth. I think he was trying to say that it's truth, not conspiracy, but it is. It's truth. It is straight truth. Okay, it's not really conspiracy. It's actually straight truth. But let's keep going.
And here's the thing. Somebody said that Mark knows his conspiracies. Remember, it's not a conspiracy if it's true.
That's right.
It's only a conspiracy if it's not true. Truth is an absolute defense. And the word conspiracy was made up post the JFK assassination to quell people questioning how a president of the United States could actually be assassinated.
I've also said that to you guys. And it's true. It's true. The CIA made up the term conspiracy theory to stop people from looking into the JFK thing. They made it up. So that whole thing, and everybody says it today. Everybody says it. Well, I'm not trying to, say conspiracy theory. It was so effective. It was entirely effective, because you're a social pariah if you say anything close to a conspiracy, quote unquote, theory. Even though, as he just pointed out, it's not a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. But if people believe it's a conspiracy theory, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if it's true, right? It is so refreshing to hear like a hedge fund guy say something like this. Let's keep going.
So, again, there were many coincidences that day, many coincidences since, Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King all shot within, 18 months of each other. Probably just a coincidence. Yes. And Larry.
And he acknowledges this, by the way, which I just dropped it in. Shout out to Abs for posting that. And Mark's going to actually confirm it. And we know, we confirmed it on here. I've shown you, the WEF website where he's on there. Like, so we know that's not conspiracy either, right?
He's on the board at WEF. I'm sure that is a coincidence. I'm sure. Right. Here's my homework assignment for everybody listening, and just because this is fun. This weekend, go down the Bilderberg rabbit hole.
And he mentions I'm not going to say that. Maybe it'll just not register if I say it, but he says it. Check that group out. That B group. If you guys don't know who they are and what they do, like, I can't believe he just said that on here, bro. I really cannot believe he just said that. that group basically makes the decisions for all of us. Like I'm not even going to get into it. You guys have to just do research on that group. I'm not going to say anything about them.
DuckDuckGo or someplace where they don't track you, but go down the rabbit hole of the Bilderbergs. It's kind of fun.
A fascinating one. Hey, Mark, I want to bring it back to the question. So with Fink coming in, right, and saying now it's a flight to safety.
Johnny's like, I'm not touching that, bro. I'm not touching that, bro. I think we only have a little bit of this left, but it's so refreshing to hear all of those things. So, like, when you hear me say, like, okay, well, BlackRock kind of controls everything, he's kind of basically getting into that whole fact that BlackRock controls everything. The WEF controls everything. This goes back to like old families like the Medicis and all of that. The Knights Templar and how they created money and how money is basically a derivative scam, like stocks, like hell, like stocks, crypto, whatever, right? All of it's a scam, like seriously, right? Instead of holding the solid assets. But we've been over on here, right? How Bitcoin, how they're kind of making the energy of Bitcoin like gold. So Bitcoin is literally like e-gold. And when I say energy, it all kind of goes back to, remember how we were just talking about Benjamin Banneker and how he just created New York City and how he put those stars, right? The 5.81 and the 6.81 on the city like that. That's an energy thing. Like I don't know how to do any of that type of energy, but I know what it's for. I know it's like for that, right? So let's continue a little bit here.
Safety and security. Bitcoin ETF we know is coming soon. The question I have for you is, last time we saw in the bull run, we saw a pump to about $3 trillion. So it's about an additional $2 trillion that came from somewhere. I don't know if it came from the COVID, from the C word pumping that we had printing the money, which I don't think we're going to see too much of the printing press this year. So my question to you is, in this next run, especially now with potentially the legitimization of crypto and Bitcoin, if the BTC approval, not if, because we know it's coming and we know BlackRock's going to get it, no question. My question to you is, what do you anticipate for the amount of, how high do you think?
Yeah, how high can we go? So a couple things. So we didn't get 3 trillion in. Because remember, price is a liar. Price is the amount that two people agree to sell a small amount of something. And so what happens in a stock, right? They raise $1 million and then the price starts to go up. Well, the price is influenced by people buying 100 shares here and there. The company's actually not getting more money. So the market cap of a business really has nothing to do with the underlying cash. It's in theory a discounted stream of future cash flows that they're supposed to distribute to shareholders. But in the end, you look at Tesla stock, there's no justification. Even if they sold every car in the world, which they won't, you can't get to their price. So the price, that 3 trillion number, was just ephemeral in the sense that the asset, like Bitcoin, I said, was at 69,000 when it should have been at 30,000. And it was because people were selling small amounts and the bulk of it was just sitting hodling. So how much came in? We're probably at least $500 billion of money that's actually exchanged
real
from
money
fiat into crypto. And I don't know if that number's exactly right. And so in this next run, to answer your question in 2 ways, I think the ETF alone is going to convert 300 billion into Bitcoin.
Okay.
From fiat. 300 billion.
Wow.
I think will convert from fiat to Bitcoin. Okay.
Nice.
So that means $300 billion will be in Bitcoin from regular fiat from BlackRock alone. Okay. Let that sink in. But he's going to say something else here that I think is really important. Okay. And again, this shows us again, like, all of these people who are involved in money. And what have we been saying with BRICS, right? What have we been saying with BRICS? What have we been saying with the US dollar? I believe that the US dollar's kind of reached its course. These people know that it's reached its course. Like every 100 years, currencies reach their course and you go on to the next currency. And that will be cryptocurrency, okay? That's just what it's going to be, okay? It is, okay? But they're going to say something here that I think is pretty interesting for Bitcoin, for crypto. And I'm sorry, something's beeping there. We're not going to go out to it right now. We're just going to finish this one little part.
Let's double that as people buy altcoins and stuff. So that's 600 billion. So that's basically doubling the base, okay, of where we are today. That's just on the ETF, okay? That doesn't include any FOMO or any other stuff or any use cases like for XRP and the like. So let's say, that doubles us to 1.2 trillion. Let's bump that to 1.5. So what's the multiplier? So if the multiplier's 3-ish,
What we saw from last time.
Yeah,
Using
from
the same
last time.
multiplier. Okay,
so
fair
that
enough.
puts it 4.5,
4.5,
rounded up to 5. I
That's
think 5's easy.
easy. Wow.
Easy.
Okay, this is a
Five's
great.
easy.
That's
great
exciting.
definition. Hold on, Johnny. I got a perfect question for Mark. So
Right.
we broke this down throughout the week, and we found a very interesting video. Every single crypto bull run, a certain percentage of the market flows through all of the altcoins. So Ethereum typically gets up to about 22%. XRP reaches as high as 17%. You just said that you believe in totality the market could reach 5 trillion at its peak, even if it's for just a minute.
Yeah.
If we use those estimates and we correlate that to what we can anticipate from many of these projects, that means you're thinking at some point we're going to see $1 trillion Ethereum in total market cap, maybe a $600 to $800 billion XRP, just using the cycles and the way the money moves through the market. So does that make sense to you? How do you feel about that?
It makes perfect sense with one caveat. Bitcoin dominance is going to continue to rise because it's going to be that gateway drug.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And so maybe that 22% slips to 18, maybe that 17 slips to 13, but and let's say I'm wrong. Let's say we only get to 4 trillion.
Still a big number.
But it's still a big number. And ultimately, right? Again, I'm the bearish guy. There's this guy Murray Stahl, who runs a firm called Horizon Kinetics. And look, I think Bitcoin easily gets to gold's monetary value, which is about 5 trillion. Just Bitcoin. So then you add everything else, and let's call it 8 to 10. Okay. I think that's easy. Like, that's walk in the park. It's baked in the cake. It's going to happen. Murray makes me seem bearish because he's like, no, Mark, Bitcoin's going to replace all global currency, all money. That's 100 trillion. And I can't argue with the man. I mean, the man makes very cogent arguments.
Trillion. Now, that's amazing. Now that's where I kind of disagree with him, in the sense that maybe it's not Bitcoin, maybe it's like a few different ones, maybe it's Bitcoin, XRP, and XDC or whatever. But just think about that for a second, and think about all the people we just mentioned here. So instead of having it be like, oh, the GX versus, okay, now we can stop that beeping. And I'll come out for comments because it's been a while since I've out for comments. Let's see what's beeping though. Hopefully that means Casper is going up even more here. Okay, it seems like it was Casper. I'm going to refresh here. And it gives me Jasmine. Let me see. Okay, I guess it was Jasmine then. No, it was Casper. Okay. Let me. Okay. Okay, shouldn't beep anymore. Sorry about that. So, again, realize about all he said with all of those different families and stuff, right? So instead of it being like a G7 versus BRICS thing, it's really these families. I thought I just. Okay, it's another thing. Okay. Tara, to pull back. It's all these families deciding to move fiat from like the American dollar, which they decided with Nixon, right, in the 1970s, to put American dollar as the world reserve currency. Instead of that, they're deciding to have crypto, possibly Bitcoin, possibly XRP, be the new world's reserve currency. How much is Bitcoin worth then? How much is XRP worth then? Right? We already know XRP is a member of the World Economic Forum. We know that they're the people making decisions. I mean, it's not just me saying it now. There's like a hedge fund guy, an inside, quote unquote, like inside guy saying that, right? I don't know. To me, like, I wanted to show you guys that. And for me, that's like just huge to hear. And it kind of gets rid of some of the cloudy stuff, right? Some of the cloudy stuff, you think like, okay, Gensler and this and that and the other thing. No, it's the WEF, it's BlackRock. They're making the decisions. It's worldwide. So That to me just makes me more bullish. I don't know. Let me see what you guys think about that. Like I couldn't believe that he was on there dropping all of those bombs, bro. I couldn't believe it. Like I had to like double take. I had to double take. I just couldn't believe that, bro. Those who study the true history of the 500 past, yeah, exactly, OMC. Those who study the true history of the last 500 years know this. They know it. However, it's not mainstream knowledge. At most, we only have 100 years. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. And he got into that too, bro. Like, I didn't even play that part where he was like, okay, since like 1890 something, our education system was only built to make workers. He actually said that, Chuck. I couldn't believe it. And for you who don't know, the Rockefellers are the ones who created our actual school system. And Rockefeller's quoted as saying, "I don't want smart people. I want workers." Okay. It was just really refreshing to hear that from a hedge fund guy. And to point out again, BlackRock and the WEF, they're the ones running things, bro. They're the ones running things, bro. Yeah, and the thing though that was really strong about this was that that Yusko was just like he was saying things that people won't touch, like the Medicis, about that B group. I encourage everyone to look up about. Like, if you understand these things, you just really get that the control's like way at the top. This whole like Democrat Republican type of jazz is just like BS. It's theater. It's like WWF, right? Like how he got into Larry Fink like doing a 180 on crypto, but the whole time he knows what's going on with crypto. So it was never a 180. Like for show, it was 180. For what we saw and heard, it was 180. But he was on board because notice, like, because he said some things without saying some things. Larry's a part of the system. He said that. Larry's a part of the system. He knows. So he already knew, right? And he like he also said about JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon, how Jamie Dimon called crypto a pet rock, and meanwhile he has 1,000 people working on it. He didn't say consensus by name, but we've been over this, right? And he says that, and I encourage you guys to go watch the whole thing because he dropped some of that too. XRP and Bitcoin holders, only assets with clarity. New HSBC confirmed Ripple utility. He confirmed some of that too. And like if you know that, hold on, let me see. I messed up something. Okay, background jacked up. That's okay. So if you know, like, okay, Jamie Dimon's been investing in Ethereum. Like, that's why it's so important to follow what people do and not what they say. They'll say so much. They'll put so much in the news. They'll put so much in the news that no, don't buy any crypto. Like Jamie Dimon's on record saying that he would fire somebody if they bought crypto, but meanwhile, he bought Bitcoin. So not only that, he's paying 1,000 people to work on Ethereum, right? It's just amazing. It's just amazing, guys. So we gotta. Exactly. Watch what they do, not what they say. Just 100%. Watch what they do, not what they say, because they will say a whole bunch of things. Remember, I told you guys about how Reagan was tough on crime, handing out the biggest drug sentences while he was bringing drugs into the country. It's just amazing. The duplicitousness of these people is just crazy, right? Crazy. Okay. Mark Yusko references the creature from Jekyll Island. Yep. Good point, E. Good point. Yep. The creature from Jekyll Island has a lot of that info in it. Good point, E. I've read like excerpts. I have to read the whole book, but good point. Good point. Yeah, guys. So let's get to all the questions here. Just wanted to mention that because it was just wild. Like I became a Mark Yusko Stan after that. Like I liked him before, but when he started dropping truth bombs like that, oh boy. What's up, OMC? Okay, yeah, let's take a look at Ava. Let's make sure I'm still sharing properly. Yes, I am. Let me take that off the screen. Hide. Okay, yeah, let's look at Ava right quick. Again, remember that. Are we looking at Ava or AVAX? I think you might mean AVAX. Well, let's look at AVAX right quick. And if it wasn't AVAX that you meant, let me know and we'll go look at Ava. Right. AVAX has it's going up, but not as fast as everything else, which really bodes well for this to have a big boom in the future, right? This is up only 30%. So it might not be a bad little stash considering this was as high as 130, right? So still like a 3x left or more. Wait, I'm sorry. $13. So 10x. I don't know. For some reason I was thinking 30 in my head. I don't know why. So yeah, still a 10x here. And a project with a market cap of over 4.6 billion. So still a lot of value left here. Yeah, the Telegram changed. If you got booted, you might want to come back in, guys. What's up, Richard Judge? Blessings, bro. We addressed that about Chicago Bully. But we addressed this about BTC and BSV. Crypto and down. Stacks got to get their audio together. I like them though. Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes you have audio and internet problems. You can see what's going on right here with my freaking internet, man. It's like, what can you do, right? You have good equipment, and sometimes stuff still just happens. I know this shouldn't be doing this. All of a sudden now it's doing this. The computer's well equipped to be able to handle this. I don't know why it's not. Salute Wealth Stewards. What's up? What locker? Hod locker. Yeah, that's we'll go check it out right quick. If you go to his channel, you can see the links to it, but it's HTTPS colon / www.hodl They only use one L, so it's Hod Locker. Hod Locker, not Hodl Locker. Hod Locker. I'll try to access it now. Okay, he has some. This is a whole like probably post where they're talking about what's going on with BSV and all of that. So definitely go over there if you want to check that out. And Hod Locker, HOD locker.com. BTC and XRP. Yep. Crypto Burger. That's what I'm thinking, bro. Like there's so many connections and why BTC and XRP will probably be world reserve currencies. It's just true. And how much will they be worth at that point, bro? How much will they be worth at that point? Like we should just be all kicked up somewhere with the harem being just happy, you know. Shout out to um and shout out to Cryptwork. She can have a guy harem. You know, all us dudes can have our lady harem on our island and just be happy. Be happy. Oh, yep, we addressed BSV. Is there any other questions about that? No. Okay. Elon will make Doge pump. Doge and his name are connected forever. It's quite possible. All right, that's what I'm thinking. It's quite possible. He could integrate Doge with X and just make buku cash. Like he doesn't even have to truly integrate it with that. He could just hint that he's going to do it and make some cash. But right now, X can already take Bitcoin, and Doge is a fork of Bitcoin. So it might not be too much that they need to do to get Doge to working with X. Like hell, it might already work with X since it's a fork of Bitcoin. Like it's really not that much they need to do. Okay. So that's like almost an easy one right there. Okay, we got something else making noise over here. Bitcoin. Bitcoin over 36K. Let's go. New year high. It just keeps making new year highs. Bull run is in effect, bro. Bull run is in effect. 36.2K and climbing, bro. 33.7 or 36.37. Blackrock will use ETF to destroy Bitcoin confidence. It's possible. However, since they have to, he just estimated that they put 300 billion into it. And I think he just meant the BlackRock ETF. If there are other ETFs that are putting money into it too, boy. So that's another reason why it could be so important for BlackRock to go first, because now all the other ETFs behind it that have to buy Bitcoin for the spot ETF are now pumping BlackRock's bags. That's hilarious, right? But that's what it is. So that's why it's probably so important for BlackRock to go first, because all the other spot ETFs have to now buy Bitcoin too, right? Man, it's just gonna be crazy when you think about this. Oh shoot! Sorry about that, guys. You go ahead and when you think about that and the fact that When you think about that and the fact that the BIS is going to let central banks buy crypto up to the tune of 2% in 2025, excuse me, we've been over that so many times, right? Who's more diamond hands than the central bank, right? So institutions with ETFs, diamond hands, central banks holding 2% crypto reserves, diamond hands. 2025, by 2025, like, it's just crazy. I can't even speak. Like, it's like that so much money is going to be injected without us even doing anything. Like, we don't have to do anything. This is all institutional money. So imagine on top of that, when people see things running, right? Tax money at the beginning of the year. This should be crazy, guys. Like, insane crazy. Insane crazy. Retirement accounts now, oh, like, seriously, like, check out the show that Dion of MYC Network and Bird Dog or Crypto Ronin did. Just like Dion was like a 20x. He was thinking a 20x with Bitcoin. Like, I'm starting to believe, man, maybe. Because you don't even add our money on, and you got BlackRock and all the other ETFs, plus retirement accounts, plus the BIS central bank money in 2025. And then you add our money on top of it. That's insane growth, bro. That's insane growth. So let's go back to what Yusko said. And he said that he saw it getting to 5 trillion. Where is the market at right now as far as like money goes? Total market cap. I don't know. Where can you find that here? Okay, global crypto market cap is 1.36 trillion. So imagine, so that's the market being 5 times, basically 5 times what it is right now. And that might even be a lower. No, he said 6 trillion. He said 6 trillion actually. So 5 to 6 times what it is worth right now. It's like how much of that goes into Bitcoin? Guys, I don't know, bro. I'm enthralled. I'm giddy over here, bro. If you can't tell, I'm animated. I am pumped up, okay, about that. I am. Woo. Do you think eCash will reach a 1.0 cents? I don't know, but I power off. I really, no, that was RA. I really don't know, man. I really don't know. But if someone's accumulating it to put it in a ETF, and somebody else comes along and puts it in the ETF too, like, that's pretty crazy, bro. Like, that's pretty crazy, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, what would that even be from here, right? Let's just take a look. Excuse me. And of course, Audrey Chache, he made this next coin, XEC. He knows what's going on, bro. He knows what's going on. Naming it XEC, he knows, bro. This dude's not. He gets it. This dude gets it. He gets it, bro. I don't know. I assume that it could if it's being used for an ETF. Yes, that'd be pretty interesting. Honestly, bro, I couldn't say. I'm just looking at the trend, like in that address that holds 100 million, and just started the year buying over 100 million eCash. Just the fact that it trends heavy to it's going to have more people investing in it. That's enough for me. Like 1 cent eCash. I don't know. This is speculation, but I'm buying at least because I see that huge address holding on to it, and it makes sense for people to hold Bitcoin Bitcoin forks because Grayscale is already doing it. It just makes a whole lot of sense for that to happen. Let's see what that is. Is it Bitcoin going further up? No, it's XRD, which I think, RA, you might have told me about XRD, by the way. I think you did. It was either you or Be Like Water. Okay, let's get out of here. Back to where we were. Finish out the comments. What's your thoughts on the Bank of Georgia adopting XRP for transactions? It's just another. It's just another. By Bank of Georgia, I'm assuming you mean the country. There, it's just another chip in its. It's another. What is it? What's the term? I don't know the term. I don't know the saying. It's just another thing to add to its trophy case, right? Today, by the way, they did a crypto custody deal. Let me see if I can find that. I think it was Ripple. Who was that with that they did that with? Okay. HSBC. I think this is it here. HSBC to launch tokenized securities custody service with Ripple Dawn Medico. So that's hold on a second here. Okay, HSBC to launch tokenized security custody service with Ripple on Medico. Sorry about that. This has been something that I've touched on. It's been something. Shout out again to our moderator E. E has touched on this in the Telegram. Shout out to E and all the information he posts in the Telegram is greatly appreciated, brother. I cannot say that enough, and I continue to say as many shows as I can because I appreciate you. Tokenized securities, okay? This is where we're heading, right? Ripple's going to be a part of it, apparently. We're just going to keep going with that, bro. All of this should just make you really giddy, bro. Are you guys as giddy as I am about this right now? Whoa. Okay. Somebody went and got them some BSV. I don't know. Maybe somebody's watching the show was like, hey, they're making some really good points on that show there. Let me go ahead and get some BSV, bro. Live in real time. You see it happening. Okay. Okay, whoever you are. great job there. So hey, man. That kind of threw me a little bit. That's you don't really woo. So well, there we are, right? The Black Roo Investing Show making a difference there for bags everywhere. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm in a little giddy mood. Just all this information makes me so like great. It's great to see, bro. It's great to see. Because we were talking about this stuff when it was boring, and now the bull run's here. It's just great to see it come to fruition, right? So yeah, my thoughts are like it's just another feather in their cap. That's what I was searching for. Feather in their cap. And eventually all of assets are going to be tokenized, just like Mark Yusko was saying that. Oh God, another one. Oh, it's just continuing to go. All right, let's put it out there. Maybe okay. All right. So, just like Mark Yusko was saying that Bitcoin and eCash, or sorry, Bitcoin probably replaces all cash, right? And I've been kind of telling you guys that like fiat, especially like the American dollar, fiat currency is kind of over. Look at what they did. Not only did we print stimulus checks, Britain did, China did, almost everywhere printed stimulus checks. The people that run the world, the 13 families, the WEF, they're phasing out money and they're moving to crypto. The thing that everybody thinks is a scam, right? Oh man, it's kind of hilarious, but it's kind of not. But hey, we know it's not a scam, and we're going to take advantage of that because we've done our research, right? So like that's it. That's it right there. Like it's bullish for XRP and it's bullish for all the ones that are trying to get into tokenization, like Hedera, like Sologenic, like XDC, like LCX, you know? Germany's third largest bank is launching an institutional crypto custody platform. So there we go. It's like all the infrastructure is getting there, guys. It's getting there, right? We have such a great opportunity here to be on the ground floor of this, bro. It's amazing, right? It's amazing to be on this ground floor, to see all of this and have real live information, right? We're not guessing. We can go point to the information. The BIS is doing this, Ripple's doing that, XDC is doing this. Like we have the proof, bro. It's I don't know, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. Like it's like when people say crypto's a scam. It's like I just like I don't look at them and laugh, but like I say, look, you know, I can show you information where it's not a scam, but they're like, okay, well, guess what? Those same people who control the world, right, that we were talking about, there's 6 companies that own the news. 6 companies own 90% of the news. 90%. So who you think owns those 6 companies? And if they want to tell you something is a scam, they can tell you it's a scam and you're going to believe them because everywhere you check, you're going to see that information. But for those who are paying attention and looking for stuff like this, you can find the information that shows you it's actually not a scam. Okay. And by the way, the block, there's so much esoteric things to a cube. We won't even get into that. But that's another kind of tip off that they're part of the crew, right? But anyway, if you're really paying attention and you're looking outside of mainstream media, you can find the proof, right? There are a lot of cryptos, a good amount of cryptos out there that are not scams, right? It's just an amazing time, bro. It's an amazing time that we're in right now. Amazing time. I think Ian Bellina compared it really to, and I think that was an interesting comparison, right? because people thought that computers were a scam, right? Thank you, RA. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Finally, Jasmine is running. It's about time, bro, right? The Medici family. Yep. Part of 13 families, guys. If you don't know, you should find out. If you don't know, you should find out. Because it really makes things clear, bro. It really makes things clear. You're not caught up in that Democrat Republican type binary thinking that they want you to do. Remember, chocolate, vanilla, choose, but I'm the ice cream salesman. I don't care what you choose. You're buying chocolate, you're buying vanilla. I got the ice cream. I don't care which one you choose. You can go over here and be like, okay, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, I'm a moderate, I'm a, whatever, right? You're still on that binary, you're still on that Democrat or Republican type thing. It's like, chocolate, vanilla, choose. Like, okay, I want half chocolate, half vanilla. I want 25% vanilla, 25%, 75% chocolate. Doesn't matter. As long as you're buying my ice cream, I don't care. You're not bothering me. You're not bothering the actual person who's in control. As long as you're running around that Democrat Republican wheel, you're not messing with the people who's in control. You're not. You're not messing with the real controller then. And that's just how they like it. Anyone here of the Ryder hardware wallet? I have not heard of that, but I would love to have some information on that. Starry-eyed Galileo. Okay. UKR is crooked, just like FTX. I don't know what UKR is, Crypto in Focus. You have to tell me that in the Telegram. Oh, Ukraine. Okay, gotcha. I think that's Ukraine. Can you link this group video in the Telegram? Okay, yeah. Let's do that right quick. Hopefully, did I just freeze up? Let me just close some stuff here. We don't need to see Benjamin Banneker anymore here. Close this one. Oh, somebody went out and bought some eCash too. Bro. Somebody's watching the show. Somebody's watching the show and they're paying attention, bro. They're paying attention. Or maybe it's just because Bitcoin's going up. Who knows? Either way, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Let's see here. Okay. Having these ADHD moments, bro. Okay, I'll link it. I'll link it afterwards because apparently it's not allowing me to click on it. Let's link. Okay, we'll put Jeremy's stuff in or Joshua's stuff in here, and once the show's over, I'll go link to the other one too. So apparently it's just like frozen now, bro. Control A, Control C. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, I think I got it. All right. Let's kill that. So those are linked in the Telegram for you guys to look at. Alpha. Hey, Tim Shea, what's going on? Again, Tim Shea from the Maximus Crypto community. Love those guys over there. I love their community. Everybody's so welcoming over there. They're so kind to me over there when I go over there and watch Max's show. Yeah, go check out Maximus Crypto. He does some of the best research around, guys, for real. DC is a pentagram. Yes, and also a six-pointed star. And note that the six-pointed star has 6 points. It also has a polygon in it, right? polygon, which we see all the time with crypto, which has 6 points on it too, and it also has 6 sides. So there's 3 6s. You do what you want with that, but there's there's a lot more to it than that. A lot more to it than that. But yeah. Also, look up Moloch if you don't know who Moloch is. Okay, yep, Benjamin Banneker. Here we go. And look up Rembrandt, by the way. Rembrandt, you can look him up in the Bible. We're not going to do that tonight, though. That's .coin. .dance compares to SV.coin. .dance compares to BSV stats, if anyone else is interested. Can you tell me what that is again, Tim Shea? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. SV.coin.dance compares BSV stats if anyone's interested. Okay. Maybe that's a show or something, or maybe that's a website. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. Okay, Courtney Johnson, you know what's up, bro. You know what's up, bro. The Masons and the Moors, Benjamin Banneker Bay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So again, like I said, I thought Benjamin Banneker was Moorish. I thought he was Moorish. And I think Courtney Johnson is actually giving me his Moorish name. And the Masons and the Moors really founded America. But that's a longer subject. I'll have to do that on like crypto and conspiracy, even though it's not a conspiracy. But since most people don't know the information, they think it is, but it's actually true. But I need to do that on crypto and conspiracy. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you for that, Courtney Johnson. I appreciate that, brother. I'm gonna have to look up that name now. Yeah, see, we got some educated brothers up in here. I appreciate it. Which gives you the illusion that you can launder SS. Every dollar has a serial number for a reason, tracking. Yes, however, it's not, you can't track it to a certain person. You can and you can't. You can like, okay, it came from this bank maybe, or it came, like maybe you can say what bank it came from or where it was minted at, but you can't necessarily say without a shadow of a doubt. Like, I think it'd be easier to track Bitcoin, to be honest with you. I think it's just harder to track a dollar. If I went and got some food somewhere, and like who knows where all those dollars came from? It's way easier to just say, okay, this Bitcoin was okay, like it's on chain. You could trace that, like I believe, a lot easier than dollars. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, though. Moors are real. My in-laws are Moors. Okay. Well, also, people can also say that quote unquote blacks, like that term, right? Black people are Moors, like all of us, but that's a different subject. Protractor. Yep, there we go. But it's a Mason reference. There we go. Yeah, he knows. That protractor is a direct reference to a Freemason. So what that was basically doing was calling him out as a Freemason, basically. I forget what they call it. It's the square and compass or something like that. Square and compass. So that him holding that in his hand like that was him calling to the fact that he's a Freemason. You can see it right here. So they just basically had him hold that part. So hey, this is a Freemason. Okay. And again, you got the all-seeing eye, which Mark was alluding to, right? And the people who founded our country, right? He was dropping it all, bro. He was dropping it all. But most people, when a person says this, that they just roll their eyes at you, or they're thinking about the everyday Mason that goes down to the Mason Lodge. Nah, son, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the like founders of America type deal, right? Not the guy that's just at the Mason Lodge, doing his thing, playing checkers, whatever. We're talking about the higher level Mason, okay? So it's really refreshing to hear that from a person, a hedge fund guy who, has with him some cachet, if you will, for having a hedge fund. So that was refreshing. It's not a star, it's a shield. Okay, that's some deeper knowledge that you're saying right there. It's some deeper knowledge right there. I don't know. Maybe it is a shield. I don't know that part. I have not learned that part. We're all learning on our journey. I don't know that part in particular. He's also talking about the obelisk. Yes, 100%. He said, why does everything have a Washington monument? Why does everything have an obelisk? And that, there's so much involved in that. I could do a whole crypto and conspiracy show on the obelisk. And I kind of did with homie Romy. We were talking about Ella Cabales, but that was only the tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. Oh, that's funny. That's punny. Okay, I didn't intend that pun, but that was funny. Tip of the iceberg when we're talking about obelisks. Anyway, yeah. There's so much that goes into obelisks. Just to get into it a little bit, poles and holes, so to speak, obelisks, and so an obelisk looks phallic, right? And then there's the holes, for the woman side, if you know what I'm talking about. Holes for the woman's side. Hopefully that doesn't get us in trouble. So it also goes into binary code. Zeros, holes, and ones, right? Binary code. And it's just so much, bro. I need to do a whole show on this, John, bro. It's just so much. I have to do a crypto and conspiracy on it. That's why we're not getting blah 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 first. Oh, okay. That is a huge subject. That's a huge subject. That is, Courtney Johnson, you're talking some next level stuff right here, and I can't address it in the time that we have allotted. That's something we should have a show on, but I can't even get to that. He was definitely a Mason, and that points it out. That's a flag of him being a Mason right there. And it's shown in that picture there. They do that all the time. You'll see like certain pictures of people either like the hidden hand, doing the hidden hand thing, putting their hand in there. Yeah, my bro was a Mason. But he was also a Moor, which Courtney Johnson pointed out. Y'all know I like Mos Def. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but he changed his name to Yasin Bey. The whole Bey thing goes into some Moorish type deal stuff, but that's another crypto and conspiracy thing here to get into all of that. Yeah, he was educated in numerous disciplines, which is why everything that's on him, not everything that's on Wikipedia, but that whole thing about him being a slave on Wikipedia, no, No, no. That's just propaganda. That's not, no, he was not. Um, okay. Regarding the Federal Reserve. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I have to listen to that. Man, I hope not. I hope not, bro. I hope not. Yusko got it in on their channel. I hope not, bro. I hope not. I've already done the research, and he's dropping true bonds. Let's watch him closely to see if he's not doing any more appearances anytime soon. Like I couldn't believe he said all of that, bro. I still can't believe it. I will wake up tomorrow and probably still not believe it, bro. I don't know. They might end up taking that show down, bro. I don't know. I really don't know. Today, Bloomberg analysts suggested that the BTC ETF could be approved as early as tomorrow. Ooh, so maybe that's why we're running. Thank you for that information, OMC. Because if it gets approved tomorrow, boy, like, what does that mean that BlackRock gets to buy Bitcoin now, or are they buying it now because it's approved tomorrow? Like, it's so much stuff, bro. So much stuff. I've already done all the research, and he's dropping all the truth bombs. Yeah, I couldn't believe that, bro. I couldn't believe that. Ripple is sitting in front of 600 financial companies today in Dubai. XRP is one that will lead the global banking financial institutions. It will. And if the BIS is buying crypto and can put it on its reserves in 2025, you better believe they're probably buying XRP if it's going to do all these things, if it's going to custody crypto and be a part of like tokenizing securities, if it's going to be the settlement coin for CBDCs, which we went over that before. Like, if it's doing all this stuff and it's a member of the World Economic Forum, we've been over them a lot today, right? You best believe, and Rothschilds own it. We've been over them today too, right? You better believe they're probably buying XRP. And Rothschilds, they own XRP, not Ripple the company. They own the coin, bro. So that's the great part about it. You better believe they're not waiting for XRP to get to $1, if you know what I mean. They're not waiting for some small little profit, right? Your skill is protected. Yeah, I think so, bro. I think he is. It's like we know the information now. What can we do about it? Not too many people. Not enough people know it to do something about it. And you can tell people about this, point out the information to them, and they still won't believe it, bro. I bet you. Or they will say something like, okay, well, I still have to survive, which is true. We do have to survive in today's world. But knowing that makes things so much clearer. You don't get trapped in the whole binary thinking of Democrat, Republican, or a lot of things. Like, just know a lot of times when they're trying to make you choose between two decisions, that's not the point. Like, the point is just to keep you, as long as you're worried with those two decisions, you're not worried with the true thing. It's ultimate misdirection, right? Watch what they do now. They say 100%. I think I made some people mad. We just lost 5 people when I said, you got to survive. I understand people do have to survive, but once you know those points, bro, once you know those points, once you really know it, it's like everything becomes clear. It's like you're not in the binary thinking, and you understand there are people calling the shots, right? Like literally, okay? Like 13 families calling the shots. So to me, that makes it easier to believe, okay, everything's going to change over the crypto because it's these people who are making everything change. Right? I believe all the companies that are launching Bitcoin ETFs crashed Bitcoin 6 months ago when it was down to 15K and the purchase then. That's quite possible. That's quite possible. That's because remember, what was all the news saying back then, right? And remember, I told you guys too, like, bro, like 15 might be the lowest we get. We might as well buy now. No, it's going 12. No, it's going to 9. Like, and I get it, guys. I get it. I mean, I get it. I get it, bro. I get it. No shade on anyone who thought that. No shade at all on anyone who thought that. But it's just a little bit of a lesson for all of us, right? Just a lot of times when they are like, it's gonna go lower, it's gonna go lower, like it's low. Buy it. You know what I mean? Just like, okay, it's low. Like, I don't know when it's gonna go low again. I'm gonna buy it. Like that's sometimes that's all you can do, right? Because every time with a lot of things, they just tell us, okay, like or the prevailing thought is, no wait, no wait, no wait, no, it's now, it's low now. I'm gonna buy it now. Okay, that's all. But no shade on anyone who thought that. I really, really, I want people to understand. No shade. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know I don't know what Yusko was on that day, bro. I don't know what he was on today. Like I don't know. Like you saw, like Johnny Crypto was like he tried to change the subjects a couple times, and yes, Yusko came right back to it, bro. He came right back to it. So I really don't know, man. I don't know. I really, really don't know, bro. Oh, Guy Harem is wild. I just wanted to include Crypt work because I know she's a lady in the community. And when I say harem, it's just, girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if a lady would want anything like that. But shout out to Crypt work. She's in our Telegram chat. We appreciate her. We appreciate her being in the chat. Just wanted to clue her in since I said, everybody's invited to have whatever they want in this crypto bull run. You know what I mean? Like whatever's your preference, have it. Like, invest in crypto, get it, get your island, be happy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Chainlink or TRX? Ooh, bro. Like, you're giving me that chocolate and vanilla chews, bro. And I'm like, okay, I want both of them. I don't care. I'm getting both. How about that? Or you know what? I'm opting out, and I'm not getting either one. I don't know, bro. Oh, that's a good question, bro. That's a good question. I would say Chainlink only because I think Chainlink is limited to a certain amount of tokens, whereas Tron is inflationary. So probably if I would have to pick, it would be Chainlink. But really, I probably try to own both. But if I'm making that choice and you're only forcing me to choose two and I'm not choosing third, I would probably split it like 75% Chainlink, 25% Tron or something like that. 70% Chainlink, 30% Tron. But again, not financial advice. That's just what I would personally do. XRPH. What is XRPH? XRPH, great entry point at 0.02 cents. It's all about healthcare, and a large population will retire. Will drive the market around healthcare. They will become a global medical record leader and prescription provider. Okay, let's check that out. XRPH. Hopefully, that's also patentatory. I remember they're partners with the World Economic Forum. XRPH, interesting. Okay, might have to grab a little bit of this too. Very low market cap, not even a mil yet, which is no problem. 100K, 100 million supply. Interesting. We'll have to check this out. I won't check it out today because we are running a little long. I'm doing one of those max type shows today. You can get it on MXC if you have access to that. Also Bitmart. Okay, I kind of lied. I'm gonna go at least look at Twitter while we're on here. Okay, Mr. Man, Don XRP, Andy XRP, my guy there, Crypto Mason. Here we go. CEO of Upwork sold. I'm buying some tonight. All right. No, seriously, I might buy some tonight for real. Okay, start. We'll keep that up. I may or may not buy some of that tonight. It was Jay up here laughing at me. I don't know, bro. I'm pretty giddy this episode, bro. I'm pretty giddy on this information tonight. BTC bottom was established on 11/22/22. It's been bullish ever since. That's some esoteric stuff right there. 11/22/22. But let's keep going here. What ecosystem will pump the most during this supposedly bull run? What ecosystem? Ooh, that's a good question. I think this one might be a slam dunk. I'll say ETH. ETH ecosystem will probably be the one that pumps the most during this bull run. When you look at all the Ethereum layer 2s, Base is built on Optimism. Optimism has so many layer 2s built with this platform. Probably the Ethereum ecosystem is probably going to be the biggest. But followed by that, I would probably say Cosmos would be next. Bitcoin doesn't necessarily have an ecosystem. But it has some stuff, right? It has like Stacks, Sovereign, Lightning Network. But yeah, let's say ETH ecosystem followed by Cosmos. Sol is going crazy. Institutional money in the trillions are coming in. Yep, 100%. 100%. Load your bags. Yep, I agree with you. The banks and the finance pros are going to be getting out of the dollar and going into other aspects. What's up, Prospector? Crypto is the one to gain the most. Yep, 100%. Even more than gold, in my opinion. Even more than like a real estate. Like, of course, have tangible assets. I'm not telling you guys to not have tangible assets, right? But what's going to have the biggest ROI in the next couple of years? Crypto. It just is. Okay. But once you pack those bags, yeah. Once those bags are packed, yeah, invest in some real estate. Why not? Not financial advice. Invest in some gold. Invest in some precious metals and stuff like that. Of course, yeah. Sure. Is it too late for Casper? Where do you see it going? Are you still buying? Uh, I'm happy with my bag now, but I've been buying since like 4 cents. Like I should have just popped down a lot when we were investing at 1.6 is when I think I first put some money in. But at this point, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Did it get to 8? It was like 8.5 when I was looking at it last. At this point, I don't know. I do think it might actually get to that dollar that everybody keeps saying about it. Cause it's crazy. Everybody keeps talking about it. I was on, shout out to IP. I was on a Passport Bro channel talking about crypto. Shout out to the Riviera group. He was over there too. But yeah, I was on a Passport Bro channel talking about crypto. And those guys, they don't necessarily know a lot about crypto, but I was introducing them to it as well as my channel. So shout out to the International Passport. If I can, I'll see if I can bring up his channel so you guys can check him out. So I was on their channel talking about crypto, and they were talking about Caspa over there, and they're not crypto people. And they were talking about Caspa, bringing it up. So if that's an indication to me that's just kind of an indication to me that like Caspa might really get to that dollar because a lot of people are talking about it. I don't know, Courtney Johnson. I'd say, bro, if you don't have any, maybe just DCA a little. That's always my kind of thought with it. Is that okay? If I don't have any, I'll just DCA a little bit, right? And if it goes down, I'll add more. That's kind of always my thought on something that I feel like I'm quote unquote late to. I'll just add a little bit, and DCA if it goes down more. That's what I personally do. So yeah, check out International Passport Pros channel if you know about this, like if you know about kind of Passport Pros and what they're about. But there's a difference between Passport Bros and people who are just going over to other countries just to boink ladies, right? Passport Bros are kind of different from that, but that's a different subject. But just to let you know, I was on this channel and we was talking some crypto. It was the he does some mostly lives, and I was on the end part of this episode here. So yeah, at this point, I'm happy with what I got. But if you haven't got in, like I just said, I would just buy a little bit and DCA if it goes down some. But I truly do think it's going to get to 10 cents. That's still 15% up from where it is right now. So you have to make your own decision on that one. It'll be 20 trillion coming into the market and 6 trillion is low. Okay, OMC. OMC says 20 trillion and 6 trillion is low. And Bitcoin will command 5 trillion of it. Wow, bro. I wouldn't doubt it, bro. When you think about that central bank money, 2%. What is 2% of central bank money? I don't even know. How do you calculate that? I don't even know, bro. Like, I guess you can go look at like how much cash the central bank of every country has, and then do 2% of that. But I don't like. I guess that is calculatable, but I don't know off the top of my head how much that is. What's up, True Gent? BCH and BSV and BCH. No thanks. Okay, bro. I mean, I'm just offering a thought to you, bro. It's up to you if you want to or not. It seems like they will be a part of some ETFs. And I displayed the information. It's up to you guys if that's what you want to do or not. I completely understand there might be better return on investment other places, but hey, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to do of course, not financial advice. Do whatever you want. It seems tempting enough for me. What's your thoughts on Tailcoin? I like Tailcoin Flex. I just got some Tailcoin not too long ago. I like Tailcoin. They have bank status here in the U.S. already in Nebraska, and whatever you said about those remittance payments, kind of device platforms, they're going to be big. Like a Twitter. Like I think that people want to create like a WeChat. Like if you don't know about WeChat, that's what they use in China, and they do everything on it. It's like social media, it's remittance payments, banking, chat, everything. That's what I think we're going to be headed with certain devices. And I think Telcoin could be something like that in Nebraska and branch out from there, right? They've already gone to different countries, like being a remittance payment system. Alchemy Pay will be something like that in China. Dogecoin could possibly be that for Twitter, right? Or X, right? Yeah, so I'm high on Telcoin. I'm going to be building my bag in that. I'm not done with my bag of Telcoin yet. So, yeah, I am high on it. And I believe I had it on the list for patrons this week. I believe I did. If not, it will be going on the list again. State of Georgia, we talked about that. Custodia to bank, custody, BTC, and eventually other crypto assets. That's great information. I believe E put that information also in the Telegram. Shout out to you, E. I appreciate you, brother. Can't say it enough. Definitely check out the Telegram, guys. Completely free. I'm getting a bag on payday. Fire, Ruel. You fire, Ruel. Thanks. Appreciate it, brother. I talked to a lady that works in a pension fund in a major East Asian economy, deals with top investment firms. She says that BTC is still boring. We haven't even touched anything resembling a bull run yet. Exactly. Crypto and focus. That too was what makes me so bullish on it, because people in some other countries, I don't even think they care about cryptocurrency like that. Like, I think it's just boring to them. So when everything gets just like turned on, they're gonna have to buy too. Oh man, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I'm so giddy. Like, I'm so giddy about it. I'm so giddy about it. Okay. I'm completely giddy about it. And it makes it even more like great and concrete is that we can find the information. Like, the information is out there. And there's this whole term called revelation of the method. Do some research on that. Revelation of the method. Like, it's like they just can't completely hide it. They have to tell you what's happening. And there's just do some research onto that, guys. So that'll kind of let you know what I'm talking about a little bit when this is kind of occult knowledge, so to speak. But anyways, that's yes. What you're saying right there is another reason why I'm bullish. Second chance at buying BTC. It could be, bro. It could be. Like, imagine, like, I don't think Bitcoin's ever going to be like where they're like, okay, we're just moving over to BSV. Bitcoin's done, and we're not going to use that anymore. Like, I don't think it's ever going to be that, because you got the micro sailors of the world, you got Clean Spark, you got all these companies mining Bitcoin. Like, I don't think they can just walk away from it like that. But I can see something where they're like, oh, you are the real Satoshi, but we can't. The Bitcoin white paper remains open for everybody. What if they do something like that? Kind of like how they did with XRP, where they said, "Oh, well, secondary sales are not securities, but it is a security when you guys pre-sold it." It's like, wait, what? Like, how can it be both? But then they were like, okay, well, we're denying appeals. SEC drops its case in with prejudice, so means they can't bring it back up, and it's done. It's like, wait, what? but the important part was secondary sales are not securities. That's all they needed, really, right? Okay, so they pay some fine for somehow it being a security in the moment of time when they sold it, pre-sale. Okay, whatever, right? So maybe they do something like that. So they do something like they've already got a bag. Say that whoever brought that huge bag of BSV, they already got that bag of BSV, and they say, okay, you are Satoshi. Or they do something that has BSV explode in price. And just saying, we've seen it with other things, right? Solana, FTX, right? Internet, ICP. We've seen it with other coins. So why can't they do it with BSV? This is why decentralized. And by the way, I think it's January 15th is when that trial starts. Another 6, by the way. So crazy how everything is like that. Having something to do with the 6. Crazy. So that case starts January 15th. It goes for 2 months. Another 2, by the way. Because 11 is important, 1 + 1. But that's another crypto and conspiracy episode. This is why decentralization is so important. However, I do believe a lot in blockchain products. Okay. Yep. You think this stuff is anonymous? I don't know. I don't know if it's anonymous, but it's on chain. But who has big pockets like that, right? It has to be BlackRock or someone of that ilk, right? To do that for all 3 coins to the tunes of multi-millions of dollars. BSV has a price lock going on, running for 2 months. If you can give us some more information about that price lock, Courtney Johnson, in the chat, I would appreciate, or in the Telegram, I appreciate that. I was hearing about that. Joshua Hensley was getting into that a little bit. Like, people were locking up their BSV for some staking, for some staking values, but I didn't really look into that, to be honest with you. It's just enough for me to own the token and see where it goes from here. eCash will lose a 0 tomorrow, I bet. Just might, bro. Just might. Okay, yep, thanks. No problem. Isn't the world map by sections in form of polygons? Yes, on all the maps it is. On all the maps it is. It's crazy. My father was a Mason. Okay, cool, bro. Cool. That's cool. I'm no shade on Masons, bro. No shade on them, but just some of the ones that started the country, you know what I mean? With the Moors, it's like, I don't know about them, bro. I don't know about those. But your father, I'm sure he's a cool guy. But those other ones, bro, I don't know. This show's fire. Thanks, bro. Especially once KYC is everywhere. Yep. Tracking will be easy, 100%. You believe people are still investing in FTX, which is up almost 50%. I think FTX is going to come back. Maybe it will, bro. Maybe it will. I don't know. Sam Bankman-Fried's jailed now. Maybe Carolyn just takes it over because they're Maybe she just takes it over and restarts it. Who knows? Do you know Banneker clapped at the president and the president clapped back? Brother was no slave. I'm telling you. But you look at Wikipedia and they push that narrative, and there's no way that's true. It's no way that's true. But that shows you guys like history. History. You got to really pay attention to history. A lot of that junk is a lie. A lot of that junk that we learned in school, again, Rockefeller education system, a lot of that junk is straight up lie. Just for real. A lot of it's a lie. And when it comes to Benjamin Banneker, no way he was a slave. I believe that's flat out a lie that they've posted in Wikipedia there and other books, because I did a report on them when I was younger. And they said that junk too, that he was a slave. Not true. Not true. Just flat out not true. Check out the book They Came Before Columbus by Ivan Van Serial. Okay. Oh, by Ivan Van Sertima. Okay, we'll have to check that out. Thank you, E. Well, someone mentioned the video Bull Run. The gray-haired guy made a weird reaction. Did you catch it? Oh, I did not catch that, RA. What time was it? When someone mentioned in the video Bull Run, the gray-haired guy made a weird reaction. Did you catch it? I didn't catch that. And see, that's a good thing. You can pick up on some of the nuances of somebody's face and how they're looking. I'll have to, if you can give me the time mark on that, or you can come in our Telegram and drop that timestamp. I would love to see what reaction you're talking about there. Listen, Americans listen to Trump. They ain't going to do that crap. Well, you know, Americans listen to both sides, bro. And to me, it's just like, it's theater. It's theater. It's just high class theater, bro. Like, they know what WWF. And by the way, if you look at WWF's logo, it's WWW. And W is actually a 6, by the way. So WWW is 3 6s, by the way. We see that in our websites, right? WWW. But WWF, you look at their logo, it's WWW. So WWF taught, like, that was basically an entire thing that it taught people that, well, it taught them that they could show us something that we know isn't like supposed to be real, like WWF, and still just hate the heel, right? And just hate the heel. So it's just WWF on high class. Like, it's just high class WWF, bro. Because rappers used to love Trump. They used to love him, bro. They used to love him. And there's pictures of Trump with Muhammad Ali and getting wars from the NAACP and NAACP. God, let's not even talk about them, those guys. But crypto and conspiracy, bro. But they cast him in this role, bro. I don't have enough time. Here from IP Stream, we'll catch the replay. Salute, bro. Good, thanks, bro. I appreciate you coming through. See, I did mention that I was on IP show, and I don't know if you're still here because I'm like behind on the comments. But yeah, guys, definitely go over and check out IP International Passport, bro. He does some good content, and it lets you kind of know what things are going on in the rest of these worlds, right? And you can kind of get to the American dollar buys you so much more in another place, right? So much more. So, guys, once we get this crypto bull run going, boy, you might be able to make a lot more in another country. Your dollar will stretch way more in another country. Just saying, and you'll be just as safe as America. Look at so check out that IP's channel. XRP2 establishment for me. I just can't. I know, bro, but that's part of it, Courtney Johnson. That's part of it. Like everybody else thinks that crypto is a scam, so they're not investing in the XRP, and they probably only know Bitcoin. And like my guy Joshua Hensley said, they probably don't even know Bitcoin has forks. The people that are kind of like, conspiracy, quote unquote, conspiracy heads are like, XRP is a scam. I'm not going to invest in it. So they're not going to invest in it. And then you got the die hard, like XRP's great people. And those are like the only few that are investing in it. But between the people that don't know about crypto and the people that are hardcore conspiracy people and like, they're not investing because it's part of the WEF or all of that, right? What? So how many people are buying? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think people that own it are gonna be sitting pretty. Like, and if you really look at it, Courtney Johnson, I think a lot of the top cryptos are WEF involved. Like, we just kind of went through it all, right? Ethereum, Jamie Dimon, and JP Morgan. You don't think JP Morgan is connected to the WEF in some way? Bitcoin. They say maybe the NSA made it. I don't know. Maybe they did. I don't know. But if they did, I'm sure the NSA is connected to the WEF in some way, shape, or form. XRP, member of the World Economic Forum. Chainlink. They say that Chainlink's business was announced in the WEF, like the company that makes it, like 4 years before it was even created. So another one, this establishment. Hedera, they're always at the WEF meetings. Like, next to every crypto is related to the establishment. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Thanks for the $5 super chat. E, appreciate it. Pastor Lindsay, oh yeah, this is a good watch. This is a good watch. Secrets of the Elites, a must see. Some of it is a little propaganda. They miss it and some truth with some lie there. But yes, that is a must see. Shout out to another guy I watch, High Frequency Radio. He has it on his channel, I believe. So check out this guy, Yusuf L. He's a real cool guy. And that whole L part, I didn't realize that L does mean God. Yusuf L. And of course, my name is based off the Hebrew Ruel, which is spelled differently, but it has that L in it. And of course, like, I didn't name me, Mama named me, but I'm happy. I'm really happy I got that L there. I'm really happy about. But yeah, if you go here, they tell you how to say it, and that's how I say it, but it's spelled differently, of course. Just a little aside there. Oh no, I hope we're not frozen right here. We'll see. Hopefully it comes back. I think we got frozen there. Sorry, guys. That always happens when I'm sharing people's channels. So I got the link to that. Always happens when I'm sharing channels. Hopefully it'll reload my chat here. Oh, I lost all my chat messages. I'm so sorry, guys. Um, I'm so sorry, guys. I wanted to see the rest of the chats too. That's real pressing. Here, maybe I can go on the channels and find the chats. Okay, I'm gonna try to get because I wanna answer all the questions. Everybody, especially you guys that made it to the end here. We're going like on 2 hours. Let me go over to each channel and I can get the chat lane. I appreciate you guys. So I want to make sure I have everything answered here. My apologies there. I'm bringing it up right now, and I'll share screen when I can here. So I really want to make sure I have everybody's comment answered, especially the people that made it around to the end. Okay, so LCX hasn't had a run yet. Need to target. Yeah, I'm glad that LCX has not run yet. That is another one too. Good call, E. That has not run yet, and at the very least, it's got. Well, I think LCS is going to get over $1, but my just like short term target is 8 cents. Where I might over invest in it and take some profits when it gets to 8, if you know what I mean there. So wow, bro, somebody just really I had to kind of think that somebody was watching the show, because that's really odd for that to just go up like that. Maybe it's due to Bitcoin. I don't know. Who knows? But and also that could really let us know too here. Let's look at am I sharing? No. Okay, let me share. Sorry about that. That could really let us know too that BlackRock or somebody is buying these coins, right? Somebody is buying these coins, right? Somebody's buying it. Them. Somebody with deep pockets is buying BTC. I'm sorry. Well, we know BTC, right? Somebody with big pockets is buying BSV, and somebody with big pockets is buying. Okay, so this one did not just run, or maybe it did run with what just happened here. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm like, wait a minute, that does not look right. $20. I'm like, no, that's wrong. Okay, we'll do this. Okay, yep, there we go. USDC, that's what we want. Okay, OKX should be good. Yep. So that just ran, and eCash. So someone seems to be buying these, and it seems like it's a huge player, right? Call the next. Who that is, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I think it just bodes well to pick some of this stuff up. Okay, and let me get to those comments too on the general and the crypto side. Oh yeah, we're in on Caspa, Wolf. I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that. We're in on Caspa heavy around here, bro. We've been talking about it since 1.2 1.6 cents. And to be honest, somebody brought it to the channel at like 0.6, like under a cent. But I didn't get a chance to check into it to 1.6 cents. So shout out to whoever that was who brought it to the channel. You know who you are. Whoever brought it to the channel around that point in time. Let me see if I can bring up Gentleman of Crypto here right quick, so I can get the comments on those sides, because the chat is only showing me on Restream what the comments were before, like right after I got in here, and I think I might have missed some from that side. And I'll close some things. Like, honestly, I have good internet. This is a good computer. I don't know why it continues to do this type of stuff. Okay, there we go. I've been shilling Cass in Passport Bro circles. Cass was killing it. What's up, Voice Crypto? Check out Voice's channel too, guys. Great show. Have a good one, guys. Okay, I didn't miss that many comments, which is good. I just wanted to be I just wanted to make sure I got everybody's comments, bro. Because yeah, we're not doing that. We've been in here for like 2 hours. Everybody's comment deserves to get got, you know. Last night was bad for streaming as well. Yep. You know, I think it's like Google's getting chunky, bro. Like, I was looking when I killed the program, like Google was taking up like 70% of the CPU. Is like, why are you so chunky, Google? Thena is a B2B exchange, a $7 target. Honestly, I feel more like, okay, Thena, definitely check out Thena. But we're getting a little long here. Longest we ever gone here on here. I know my boy Max over there at Maximus Crypto, he'll be going for like 3 to 4 hours, but this is our longest show for by far. Casper or Chainlink, which one? Ooh, it's a hard question, bro. I'm gonna say Casper, even though Chainlink, you gotta own some Chainlink. But if I were to split it, because that whole binary thinking, chocolate vanilla choose, to me, I'm like, If I were to split it, I would say like 60% Caspa, 40% Chainlink. If you're forcing me to choose, I ain't doing it. Like, okay, I'm gonna do, or I'm getting a third choice that it's not there, right? I'm done with this whole like binary, certain binary thinking, like the whole Democrat Republican thing. I don't like it. But binary thinking is good for some things, but not others. But yeah, that's how I do it. For you, so Nance. Oh, I'm so sorry. This just keeps happening. But yeah, guys, I think that's good. Like, quite a long show tonight. I appreciate all you who stayed around for the end. Like, appreciate you guys so much. There's another one there. Casper or Polygon. Again, bro. Polygon. I don't know, bro. Polygon's going to be good. They're going to have that phone, right? The Polygon phone. But I think they're like doing a token migration or something where they're switching um, Matic to Pole. I think I would probably wait till that happens to invest in it. But I haven't been like totally up on the latest Polygon news. I would say Caspa. I would lean more Caspa than Polygon, but still I would try to own both. I would still try to own both because Polygon, they're kind of setting it up with the Polygon phone to be around for a while. So yeah, guys, record long show tonight. I appreciate all you guys who stayed around for the entire show, or anybody who came in even for a while, man. I appreciate all you guys for real. Definitely, um, definitely subscribe, like and subscribe to both channels, Gentlemen of Crypto and the Black Room Investing channel. Yeah, I'm cast. Well, between those choices you gave me, I'm Caspa all day. But if you're telling me, Caspa XRP, I'm probably putting more in XRP. Telling me Caspa and H bar, I'm probably putting more in H bar. But between the choices you gave me, I'm leaning Caspa. Solana's going to be the GOAT next cycle. I don't know about the GOAT, but it's definitely going to be good. And Solana, Visa is looking at Solana as well. Visa is looking at Solana as well, besides BSV. So, yeah, bro. I think Solana does have, even after all that SVF stuff or SBF stuff, I think it's gonna have a good cycle next cycle. It is. But yeah, guys, catch me on Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning. I will be here. And now that it'll be 10 o'clock Arizona time, which will now be 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. noon Eastern time. So yeah, definitely come catch me. Caspa or Bitcoin? Well, again, I'll probably lean more Caspa than Bitcoin, but yeah, we know where Bitcoin's heading. We know where Bitcoin's heading. I really think it will be a world reserve currency. I truly believe that it's going to reach $1 million one day. So I think everybody should have at least like a 0.1 Bitcoin if you can get it. If you can get it, at least 0.1 Bitcoin if you can get it. Which right now would be like what, like $4,000 or something like that, close to that. Like, I think it really bode well for you. I think Bitcoin Zay said something similar too. So, yeah. Do I buy Bitcoin miners? I don't. I don't see any reason why you would at this point. I would probably try to look for some other miners. At this point, um, yeah, like the only person that's really going to win from a Bitcoin miner at this point are the big companies that are mining. I don't know if it's worth it for like at this point for a regular person. They'd be better off buying crypto than buying a Bitcoin miner at this point. But yeah, guys, catch me on Saturday, and we do this junk Saturday and Wednesday, all every time. Okay, the Tuesday shows, I think I'm gonna start canceling those just because I find myself Tuesday I'm busy with stuff, and maybe I just come on Tuesdays for surprise. But yeah, the Gentlemen of Crypto shows today, like always, Wednesdays at 6 Arizona time, which is now 8 p.m. Eastern, and 10 o'clock Arizona time, which is now, or 10 a.m. Arizona time on Saturdays, which is now 12 noon Eastern. Riot and Hut. I'm Riot and Clean Spark. I'm about Clean Spark instead of Hut. CleanSpark is doing it smarter. They're mining way smarter. Oh, okay. You're saying, do I buy Bitcoin miner stocks? I do. I do. I do have CleanSpark. That's my high pick. I got some Riot. I got some Mara. I got some Cores. Yeah, Bitcoin stock, and also when we actually do go bearish, I think I'm gonna get some short options. No problem. No problem. No problem. No problem at all for your soul, Nance. But yeah, I like Bitcoin miner stocks. I think that's a really good play. All right, guys. So I will catch you guys on Saturday at 10 a.m. Arizona time, which is Mountain time, I think now, and then noon o'clock Eastern. All right. Thanks so much, guys. I'm out. Peace.